Okay, this is a read for Adrienne. Um, you want to know the future, your career, finance, and home. I did what's called a snapshot spread, and I want to reiterate, as I do often when I do reads, uh, there are actually no good or bad reads. Sometimes I kind of fall into a pattern of saying, well, this looks good, or what have you, or this doesn't look so good, as just turning a phrase. But ultimately, you have to remember all reads are about being informed. And if you hear information that you're not just thrilled with, that doesn't mean that it's bad. It means that maybe now you have information that you can prepare for. So let's keep that in mind as I proceed through this read. And also keep in mind, if you hear something you don't like, it could just be that I'm wrong. When it comes to your career, it looks like you're lacking some information. It looks like there's so you could be dissatisfied with your career situation moving forward, because not you might not have considered whether this career is the best one for you. There might be something that you haven't looked in about your personal nature. Um, it might be a situation where well, I don't want to say you just took the job for money and didn't consider personal fulfillment, as much as it just feels like there's just something that's not right. Okay, so it may not be that the money was the lure, but it may just be that you took a job that for some reason doesn't agree with you, and I'm kind of getting that feel with this. In the home front, it looks like things are really not extreme in any way or case. It looks like there's been just primarily fairly decent vibes there. Nothing I don't see anything extremely bad going on. I have to wonder if there's youth in the house. If you have a son, or someone who's younger living in the house, that might be a bit agitated, or a bit, um, I'm not sure what the word is, but it's not a terrible thing. But I'm getting that for the most part, the home life is okay. Um, Finances can be a bit tricky. It looks like. It looks like there's again, relating to the home and relating to how you look at yourself. There, I'm starting to see a pattern. I didn't see this the first time I looked through, but I'm starting to see a pattern now that I review this. I keep seeing this idea of, it's like you're in the wrong life. It's like the job doesn't really fit you. I don't look at your finances. I guess in a phrase, it's as if, this is what I'm feeling from what I'm seeing in the cards, and I'm starting to feel as I go through the read. It's almost like you're not living your own life. I'm getting this really weird feeling that it's like you're living someone else's life, or you're living a life that was expected of you, and not one that really has to do with who you are and what you want out of life. But I see that at least there's an indication that in a financial sense you may be freeing yourself from that to some degree. And you're going to come to a bit more balance, at least financially, in it. But I'm not sure what that means, to be honest. I get the sense that more balance may not be more finances. More balance may mean less finances and more consideration of what you need. Now, in your relationship sector, we got one of the best relationship cards that could come up, in my opinion, is not the Lovers, but the Two of Cups. So it shows to me that you have, that's a very good indicator. But we also, right next to it, got another card that's very important to the relationship theme, and that's the Ace of Cups, but it's reversed. So it's showing me that you have a very good, that you either have a very good partner or the potential to have a very good partner, and I mean a partner who's an equal in a lot of sense, in every sense of the word. But what concerns me is the Ace of Cups being reversed, is that there might be something that's holding this off. There might be something that's holding the relationship off. There might be something that is not, that hasn't quite solidified or taken the relationship to the level that it could exist at. And what it's about is, according to what the cards are telling me, almost a refusal, or maybe a lack of awareness is a better phrase, of wanting to not necessarily start over, but to start new. I'm not sure if I can phrase that any better, because it's not entirely making sense to me, what I'm feeling from this. But it's almost like, relationship-wise, I mean, if you're in a relationship, this is the feeling. I'm not saying you have to do this, but this is the feeling I'm getting. It's like a couple in a relationship who decides to get married again, even though they're already married. I don't know if you ever know, there was a fad for a while, and people would sometimes do that. They reinstate their vows or something like that. I almost kind of get that there needs to be that kind of mentality. So I don't know if you're with somebody or not, but I'm getting the feel that is what you and your partner will have to do, or how you view your partner if you don't have one. What you'll have to do in order to have, and that's what's holding the fulfillment of the relationship off. But it looks like you have a very good partner, or the potential for a very good partner, and that's one of the that's one of the stronger parts of this spread. As far as your outcome, again, it looks like there's going to be some changes, the kind of changes that that are going to be sort of out with the old, in with the new sort of mentality. Sort of, you're going to have to clear the way to make way for the new. And I mean, it looks like it's going to be rough for a bit. But I'm getting, I'm kind of getting from this read that it's going to be like an awakening. And this is where a read like this, a lot of times I do reads in the simpler ones, and the ones with fewer cards are pretty basic. One that's this complicated, I really wish you were sitting down with me, or at least sitting with me on Skype, because this is complicated enough that I wish we had more interaction. But hopefully you will get something out of what I said. So let me do a quick recap. Career-wise, it's rough. You're lacking some information. I feel it's the career that's not right for you. At home, things are okay. Not great, not bad. There might be a young man that kind of agitates something at home, but it's nothing that's, it's nothing too serious. It's something that you can clearly deal with. Finances, there's going to be some changes. There's going to be something that frees you up. And it's going to create a little more balanced situation for you. keep in mind that doesn't necessarily mean more income. It could be more income that allows you to, I don't know, make a purchase or do something that makes your situation better, or it could be loss of income but frees up time. And either way, there's going to be a change that is going to create more balance. You got a great partner or a potential for a great partner, but you're going to have to figure out a way to renew the sort of put the magic back into it somehow, and then that's going to cause a lot of good stuff to happen. But in general, moving forward, there's going to be a shake-up. There's going to be some things that need cleared out, a big clearing, so to speak. It might not necessarily be easy. You might not get your rewards for this anytime in the near future. And I'm just going to put one more card just to see. And what I want to ask of this card is when is the payoff for all of this strife? I don't want to say strife. It's definitely a lot of action. Okay, what it looks like here is all these changes, although they may be necessary. It looks like when this turns into something that you're happy with will be determined by you. It's going to be a situation where your perspective on the matter. I mean, and I hate to say this because it just sounds so annoying, but it's true. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, and that's primarily what the card is telling me that I drew for when you're going to see the benefit of all this action. So it could be all this action. You can see benefit from it throughout if you have the right perspective. Or it could be that it's going to take you some time to gain that perspective. But this is your read. Let me know how it works out. Let me know if this has worked for the if you've seen any, if made any connection to anything on here. If I got anything on or not. All right. Thank you, Adrienne, so much. Good luck to you.